All right, so I want to show you how to start and stop an animation. Okay, and I've got this animation right now. So the clock timer says move the spaceship to the right. Um, and it's going to do that on a clock timer. So in this case, it's going to do it every 20 milliseconds, so it's going to go pretty fast, right? And I've got this clock actually disabled. So if I click this checkbox, we should see that spaceship take off. Okay, it's going to take off here as soon as it gets going. Okay, it's a little jumpy because my phone is projecting on the screen, but every 20 milliseconds, essentially that spaceship is moving 3 pixels. Okay, the lesson here is how do we start and stop a timed animation? I'm going to do some kind of events that are not just button clicks or something. I'm going to make it a little more interesting. What I'm going to do is add a couple components. One component I'm going to add is just a speech recognizer. So what we're going to do is, can I just say something to get the spaceship moving? Okay, that just happened because I added a new component. So that wasn't me saying it to cause it, but I'll show you how to do that in a second. The other component we'll add is a sensor, an accelerometer. So kind of my goal here is when I say something as a user, I want the spaceship to begin moving, and then when I shake the phone, I want to stop it. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to program. So I'm going to go over to the blocks, and the speech recognizer is kind of an interesting component because it can actually understand what you say. We're not going to try to do that right now. We're just going to say when I say something, start the spaceship. Okay, and what you want to do is call this get text to kind of have it ask for for you to input speech. Okay, and we're going to do that on the screen initialize. So right when the app starts, we are going to ask the user to say something. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, once the person says something and the system has processed it, Speech Recognizer has another event called after getting text. Okay, so when the app starts, we'll prompt the user to say something, and when they do say something, we're going to start that spaceship. Okay, in this case, to start the spaceship, what we want to do is essentially enable the clock. Okay, so we're going to start the clock out as not enabled. All right. Oh, my app just started. It's asking me to speak. Hello. Okay. It just now accepted my speech. But what we want to happen is once they get that text, let's set the clock's enabled property to true. Okay, so clock.timer enabled, and I'm going to set it to true. Okay, so in other words, once the user has spoken and the system has processed it, get the spaceship moving. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so the app should restart. Well, I guess we can restart it by going back to the designer and, I don't know, just moving him a little bit. Okay, it's restarting now. Okay, my app just came up and it's got this little speak now. Hello! And notice my whatever word, it didn't matter if I said hello or whatever I said, it got that spaceship moving. Okay, so now we know how to start it. How do we stop it? Okay, and let's slow the spaceship down so we can tell what's happening. Let's make it every half second or 500 milliseconds it'll move. Hello. Okay, now it's moving slower. Okay, now let's make it so it stops when I shake the phone. So accelerometer sensor, notice there's this shaking event. It kind of, you can do all kinds of things with accelerometer, like, how fast you shake and all that stuff. But you can also say, look, if it's shaking, do something. And in this case, we want to stop the timer enabled. Okay, so I'm going to set timer enabled to false, and I just did a Command C and Command V to copy paste on a Mac, or Control C, Control V on Windows. Okay, so now with this new thing, I should be able to, when I speak, get the guy moving, and if I shake it, I can stop him. Okay, so let's go to the designer, and once again, let's just move him a little bit to get the system to start a new test. Okay, so the app just started. Hello! Okay, so now the spaceship is moving, right? And you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to shake my phone now. And that should stop this guy. Yeah, and it did stop. It also brought up my little side panel. Okay, now, we want to be able to restart it, right? So right now, I can start it once and stop it by shaking it. Okay, so in my blocks, when I shake it, not only am I going to kind of enable the clock, so, or sorry, disable it so the spaceship stops. But I'm going to also kind of reinitiate the speech recognizer. In other words, allow the person to start it up again. Okay, so let's once again kind of get our testing environment to start up. Okay, so that should do it. Okay, the app begins. Hello! Right, there goes the spaceship very slowly. Now I'm going to pick up my phone and shake it. That stopped it. Whoops, I forgot to say anything. Let me see if I can do it again. Shake. Go! Go! Let me try again. Go! There it goes. Yeah, for some reason it didn't like my speech. Let me shake it again, see if we can do smoother this time. Go! Okay, so anyway, kind of a goofy app, but what I really wanted to show you is, you can use any kind of events you want. They don't have to be button clicks or something simple like that. They can be all kinds of phone sensor kind of activities that can kind of start your animation, and then something else can stop it. For instance, you might have it when your friend sends you a text, start the animation. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why you do that, but maybe it's $1 million idea. I don't know. Anyway, have fun with this stuff, and thank you.